is sponsored by none other than bwcdaily.com. bwcdaily.com. You can follow all of the action now and in the future, or with the replays right there at bwcdaily.com. Now listen, all information shared tonight is for educational purposes only and does not reflect the opinions of Ramon Ray, Breakfast with Champion staff, or sponsors, or the bwcdaily.com staff. Please consult your healthcare and or financial advisors prior to implementing any move performed or described in this match tonight. Now, let's get ready to rock and bug with Shawnte and GA representing the metabolism. What am I saying? Metabolism. That's what I wanted to say. The Metabolism and Money Showdown, taking on the four horsemen: ignorance, excess, misinformation, and inaction. Now, fighters, I want you to obey all my commands at all times. I want a clean match, and at the bell, I want you to come out fighting.
That's what I'm talking about. Now that's an introduction. That's an introduction. That is an introduction right there. I have been introduced. Shawnte, we just got introduced. You hear what I'm saying?
Show enough dead. Show enough dead.
Introduced. That's my new word. Y'all don't look up these words that I use, because y'all know Shawnte, that's my sister from another mister right there. We only children. Don't try this if you have siblings, because it doesn't work for you if you got siblings. Only children can make up words and they end up in the American lexicon. Do not try this. It is dangerous. All right. But Shawnte, you want me to go ahead and knock him out first? Do you want me to knock him out the box?
You got to knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick.
You caught it. I'll tell you what, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about, and y'all know, here's the thing about only children. Only children always over-prepare. I was supposed to have 4, because we was actually going to, first of all, let me start out with this before I go there. We got a few people, does anybody besides me, besides Shawnte and myself, anybody is a wrestling fan? Anybody here? Like old school. I'm not talking about like old school. You know something about that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just needed to know, because what we're doing tonight is we actually going up against, this is going to bring you back. Y'all can have the flashback. We going up against the Ric Flair, the Arn Anderson, the Tully Blanchard, and the Lex Luger. Anybody know who those people were? The Four Horsemen. Nobody cares about the NWO. The Four Horsemen was it. That's what we're going up against tonight. The Four Horsemen. That's what I'm talking about. And they dominated in their time. They dominated. Ric Flair couldn't even do it. Barry Windham tried to take it from, they beat Barry Windham to a pulp, because they always interfered in the matches. Well, we're going to talk today about some things that always interfere, and I'm going to start it off with talking about your money. We're going to talk about some things that always interfere in your cash flow. We're going to talk about that, because there's 4 things that interfere: ignorance, excess, misinformation, and inaction. Okay? There's 4 things that interfere, and we're going to talk about those a little bit. I'm going to break them down a little bit. First of all, let me actually ask you this. People ask oftentimes, what is cash flow? Well, most people think cash flow is just income. What you pay, your gross, before you make decisions about it. Well, here's the thing. That is the first part. That's the ignorance. Because most people think cash flow is just income. That is not the only way cash flow works in your life. See, I always make this distinction that rich people have money. Wealthy people have money that makes money when they not thinking about money. Let me say that again for the people in the back because I want the whole church to get it. I do. Yes, I do. So let me say this to the pews. Rich people have some money. Wealthy people have money that makes money when they're not thinking about money. That's the difference. And cash flow is what happens not just from your income, as long as all of the money that comes into your accounts and is at your ability is just the money that you have from income, you are swimming upstream. You're swimming upstream. You're working too hard. It's just like anything else. If you literally are the only one working in your business, you have to do everything. But if you hire some people, more things get done at a quicker pace and faster. It's like anything else. When you put more hands on it, I'm saying put your hand on it. That's Fred Hammond right there for y'all people that know. Put your hands on it. If you have more people to put your hands on it, then you can actually accomplish more things. And I'm saying this to express that when you actually are making mailbox money, money that's coming to you whether you do anything or not, when it's not based on your time, when it's not based on your sweat equity, when it's not based on who you are and where you show up, that is literally the perfect place for cash flow. So I wanted to hit ignorance first because most people think if I work harder, I make more money. That is not true. That's not true. You might actually make more money, but nobody cares about how much money you make. We care about how much money you keep. That's what makes a huge difference. How much money, that's the most important thing. So I wanted to hit ignorance first. That's the first one we're going to knock out. He looking wobbly. He looking like Pernell Whitaker in the corner when he got hit with that right cross.
Ah,
When they catch him with Javante catch, with that uppercut, they be out there doing the stanky leg. That's the first one I wanted to knock out. The second one that I wanted to knock out is now health. I'm actually looking back because I had it written down.
you know you got to tag me in. Yeah, you got to tag. I got that tag. Listen, yo, why we talk about? Listen, we talk about that ignorance. So y'all, we got ignorance on the ropes. We got ignorance on the rope. You already know your girl came in. Listen, we talking about them ketones. Listen, I'm gonna give you the basic definition because see, I think folks don't really understand what that means. They hear keto this, keto that, and they got you around here scared and you wondering like how wait, listen. That means we just gonna switch which pocket we finna spend that calorie money from the bank. And we gonna have big bank take little bank. Uh-huh. We calling sugar your little bank. And guess what? Listen, the fat is your big bank. Listen, so when we want to spend and actually have ketones, y'all, oh, it gets good. That means we open up the big bank and start making it rain. Hey, I wish I had that song. Make it rain. Make it rain. Okay, y'all see the Miami coming out of me. My bad, my bad. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. So listen, keto is not just some fad diet. This is an actual real process. And so I'm gonna read you what Webster, y'all, where my old school folks, y'all remember Webster? Y'all remember Webster? Anybody remember Webster up here? Miriam called you. Till I said, what's up? Holla at your girl. Listen, but here's what Webster say, y'all. Listen, it's a natural metabolic state where your body burns fat for energy instead of glucose. What is glucose? Sugar. Sugar, you know how your grandma and them used to say, you got that sugar. So I don't want y'all to let people make you feel a type of way with some of these big old fancy terms. Listen, what you need to know so that you can come out of the dark and step into the light. So ignorance ain't round here giving you that 1-2 punch. Listen, you gonna choose ye this day. Am I gonna burn sugar or am I gonna burn fat? Woo-wee. And guess what? A lot of folks have led you astray and made you think the only way for you to actually tap into, guess what, that big bank and use them ketones is that you had to be fasting. But y'all, ooh, wait till I get to the third round of that misinformation. We going hard in the paint, and I'm gonna show you how. I'm tagging you back, my brother. Woo! Let's get to this excess. Ha ha!
That's what I'm talking about right there. Give me that.
And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the first round is over. Hold on, these folks just want to keep on fighting. They know they got to go back to their corner. Hold on. You can come out here in just a second, GA. We are at the end of the first round. In the first round,
Don't hold me back. Don't hold me back.
our ring lady is Maisha. Maisha, what do you got for the folks as we get prepared for round number 2?
Oh, Dad, you want me to come in and hit all sexy like with the sign, like the ring ladies do?
Look, that's what we want you to do, please.
Oh, okay, and I just stepped in here. Okay, where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rucking and Bucking with GA and Shawnte. This is part 13. We are headed into round 2. Get ready. It's going to be a wild ride.
Put your hands together. Put the ring up. Put your hands together. Randy Watson.
The fight is back home.
We're gonna talk about that. Success. Success from Amway. No, not talking about that one. No, we're talking about the excess. And a part of the excess that actually stops our cash flow, right here, it's gonna catch you. I'm sorry, but I'm going to the body. This is all body work. You know what I'm saying, Shawnte? This is all body work. I'm catching the liver. I'm catching spleens. We going to the body on the second round. I had to cut the legs out from under it from dancing around. It's y'all bear with me. The emotional and impulse spending when we get a raise. Somebody, the stress, the boredom, the celebration, the social triggers, all of that. Oh, you know what? I had a good week this week. I had 5 extra clients. Let me go and buy the purse. Let me go and buy the shoe. Let me go and buy the torque wrench. You know what? I'm going to treat myself. Or, you know what? Oh, I'm stressed out. Lord have mercy. It's so stressful. Oh, I got so much going on. You know what? I'm just going to go out to Tanger Outlets to try to get some of this stress off for me. Because you got a little excess. You got the bonus check. You got the extra money. Oh, yeah, that business that you started. Yeah, that part. That extra check you wasn't expecting, the convenience spending. Instead of me actually going to pick it up, I'm going to have it delivered. Oh, I just hit somebody smack dab in the middle of the solar plexus of their DoorDash account. Yeah, I did. It was me. Shit. I could have actually ordered that 2 weeks ago and not paid the extra $27, $27.99 to have it shipped overnight, but I just didn't do it. On a continuous basis, that actually eats up that excess. We have to manage the excess. And the purchase soothes the feeling for the moment, but the cash flow damage lasts for the rest of the month. You are living into the because you wanted to feel better. You wanted to feel better. You got a little massage in your chest because you wanted to actually do some retail spending. You wanted to actually spend that money. That's about the excess. The another part of the excess is going to hit somebody else. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to apologize because we're in the second round and I'm doing my body work. I'm doing my body work. Shawnte, I'm pinning them in the corner. We gonna work the body. The fact of the matter is some of us have more house than we can handle. We have auto and housing overreach. Yeah, that part right there. Because a common guideline, your housing should only be at or below 28% of your gross income. I just really hit somebody right in the liver. That's a liver shot. I hit somebody in the liver. Yeah, go and take the knee, do an 8 count. It's 28% of your gross income. If your housing cost is more than 28%, you are at risk of being disqualified. All debit payments should be below 36%. If you have a home and a vehicle payment that consumes too much of your take-home pay, leaves no room for everything else you need, then you are actually fighting overweight, and you actually give away your entire purse if you win the match. Yes, you give away your time. You got to come in underweight, baby. Every month you have to weigh your purse, weigh your money. You got to come in underweight to qualify to fight that month. And if you're over 28% of your gross income on your housing or all other debit payments over 36%, you're fighting overweight. Now I'm going to need you to do some cardio. I'm gonna need you to go out there like Rocky and chase the chicken till you catch it. I'm gonna need you to run up the steps, up the courthouse like Rocky did until it happens. I may need you to actually get away from the Philadelphia gym and go out there with Creed to the LA gym and work on your footwork. I need you to do something different. It may need to happen. You got to have the eye of the tiger. Tag out, Shawnte. Let's make it happen.
Woo! Listen, I came up in here because I need you to understand this with this excess calories. Uh-huh. See, I know you heard the term fat free, but that don't mean them calories is free for you to eat. Listen, I know you heard the term of healthy fats, but it doesn't mean that you can overconsume just because they are good for your metabolism. Listen, your body only spends a 2% calorie burn when you consume fats, but you know what? You can get some free calories when it comes down to your protein. When it comes down specifically to your vegetables and your fruit. Uh-huh. You see where I'm going with this? So let's just say you had a nice slice of watermelon. Let's say that watermelon was 20 calories. And let's just say roughly your BMR, meaning your basal metabolic rate, is somewhere around 1500. You know what that means? That means you are going to spend more calories chewing and digesting that piece of watermelon, which means it is a free calorie. But you know what's not a free calorie? McDonald's. You know what's not a free calorie? Listen, that Chick-fil-A, that Taco Bell, uh-huh. You know, that Big Mac, that mayonnaise. You see where I'm going? The excess. Oh, and I got another one. I know somebody is saying, oh, I don't do none of those. But you drinking though. You drinking though. Let me tell you about the excess when it comes down to this. Here's what happens. So remember how I just told you when we just freed you with that ignorance when we was talking about those ketones and how you get into ketosis and you can choose whether you want to go to the big bank or the little bank. The big bank being fat oxidation and spending that fat calorie money or versus the little calorie money, which is your sugar. Uh-huh. Here's what happens when you drink alcohol. Guess what? Uh-huh. Ding, 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 dong. Your body will now burn the alcohol. What's not being burned? Your fat. What you're not in? Ketosis. So you could keto all day. But if you are in excess or introducing alcohol with all of your carbs and your fats and all of these other things, ding, ding, ding. You get congratulations. You get to keep all your money in your fat account. So, excess. I want you to understand this. When you have a great little week where you lose quite a few. That don't mean you got free calories so you could go start shopping into these restaurants and into your kitchen and eating whatever you want because you think you got a free allowance. No, baby, no. So listen, don't have that excess with that alcohol. Understand this. If you use alcohol at any given point while you're on a loss program, guess what? That means that's what you're going to spend. That's the money that you're going to spend for energy. You're not going to spend, you're not going to get into ketosis while that alcohol is there and present. You're not going to get to spend even that glucose. You are going to burn alcohol. So, guess what? Now you see where you hear people talking about that beer belly because guess where that fat and that glucose that's just waiting and wanted to be burned and they was ready to spend their money. It has to go on inside and it gets stuck around your organs. Called what? Visceral fat. Uh-huh. See, the dad bod has a genesis. Uh-huh. And it looks like we're having a bit too much alcohol. So we're using alcohol for fuel instead of fat. Mm-hmm. And guess what? We're also thinking that we're at the Macy's Day Parade or we're somewhere where we can just take the time out because we heard avocado is good. Oh, because you heard that, you know what? I can have this lamb and all of this, but you're not looking at the calories. You got to create a deficit, baby. So we got to get out of this excess. You know what, GA? I'm ready to get to that fake news. Back to you, Pastor Jeff. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of a mature age, we are now at the halfway of the match. Round one, round two are over. It looks like our heavyweight champions of health and wealth, GA and Shawnte, have eliminated ignorance and excess. We want you to remember that you are in the virtual BWC Octagon where the heavyweight tag team of health and wealth, known as the Rucking and Bucking team, demolishing the opponent. Again, tonight's match is brought to you and sponsored by none other than BWCDaily.com. BWCDaily.com. All information shared tonight is for educational purposes only and does not reflect the opinions of Ramon Ray, the Brexwood Champions staff, or sponsors. That's right, BWCDaily.com. And before our heavyweight champions come back out, we will be graced by the luxurious, look at her looking delicious, ring lady for the night, none other than Maisha. Maisha, what you got to say to the peoples?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for the next round, but hold on to your seats because this one is going to be a hot one. Get ready.
Ooh, she said it's going to be a hot one. Looking lickalicious.
Pastor Jeff, we want to allow. Now, we've actually knocked out these two, but we want to allow some questions about what's been shared so far. Does anybody want to actually holler at us in between rounds? Move the cut man out the way. We don't have no cuts over here. They struggling over there. We've knocked out Tully Blanchard and Lex Luger. I don't even know why they still in the building.
It looks like they're being carried out.
They're being carried out on gurneys. Okay, so we eliminated two of the four horsemen. Anybody have any questions they want to ask Health or myself on what you heard so far? Okay. If not, go ahead, Maria.
Health, I'm on keto. I lost 10 pounds in a month, and then I noticed today that it was the 4th of July. So I gained, I went up 1.5 pounds. I didn't eat none of the bad food, but I did have some cocktails, and I thought because I was having Tito's and club soda, I didn't think I was having calories. I know, I see that right now. So do you think that 1.5 pounds came from, or maybe, 1.5 pounds-ish? You think that came from
1,000%. 1,000%. I see this all the time. This happens when any of my guys go and they drink for the weekend, especially after 4th of July weekend. Today is usually the busiest day post because most people have put on. I'm surprised you only had a pound and a half because what happened is while you had that alcohol, like I said, so what you did, what your body had to do, it had to store everything else as fat and it only spent the alcohol for energy. So that is why. That's in essence what happened. So it stuffed everything else in the shell, and it's an easy fix if you're willing to do cold at the end of your shower. If you have some ice packs, I can actually send you a message and tell you exactly where to place them. And I tell people usually the next day just go super super clean and give yourself a condensed eating window and so that you can reset that clock and undo what was done over the weekend. And if for future reference, holla at your girl and I can teach you what to do to stay at least baseline so that the alcohol won't shut up your energy banks fully and you can still spend some of the money in the other areas that you want to instead of making them all go into your fat stores.
Go ahead, Ramon Ray. What's your question for the champions?
Yeah, curious. And most people like to talk about money, health, and if you don't want to or can't, no problem. I know you can, but if you don't want to, but can you give a range for hiring somebody? Yes, talking about you, but in general, somebody to help one a day to day, week to week with health. I don't even know what it entails, and maybe it's not a fair question because it depends. But well, like I've worked with somebody before, not me, but for for someone in my life, and this person in my life was disappointed because they didn't follow up on her. They didn't it was kind of, yeah, it just wasn't consistent. So anyways, we can talk about it offline, but just for all hearing as well, what's typical range? What does a health consultant, a health coach, I don't know what to call this person, what do they do week to week, month to month to help with someone, not just with, get to a certain point of health, but to stay that way? Because some people need motivation, someone to check up on them. Does any of that make sense what I'm asking?
Oh, it makes total sense, Ramon. And it can look at like one of really three ways. And so the most common way will be, let's say, for instance, a program. Like, and she's given me permission to use her name, Chris Cushing. So what I'm doing specifically with her, she's on a 5-week plan, right? So she has direct access, that something like that, depending on what it is for what it's geared towards. Uh, Typically in the summer, a lot of people don't realize this, but you actually usually get a lot more discounts around this time. So like that program normally runs around 297. But during the summer months, most people are offering things at like 100 off. So I'm typically around at 197. Or you can have someone on retainer. I'm sorry? Oh no, for the total program, for the total program, for the total program. Yeah, so you
Thank you.
so you get one like typical on average. I'm just telling you like the trends. Now some people are way way beyond that, but like I said, I'm just trying to tell you guys if you're looking for certain things like the summertime is typically one of the better times because that's typically considered one of the slower seasons or retainer. So this is someone that you would have and basically almost like, break the glass. They'll set you up on something and then you get X amount of calls that you can make. You would be the one initiating it. But you have like a lot of my celebrity clients, they tend to have me on retainer. And so it's just kind of like break the glass as needed. And that's a whole different.
Follow up, if I may.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Is what about though you checking with the client? Like I don't know, I'm making it up twice a week. Hey, let's review this. Hey, did you do this? Oh, you had soda. You said you were going to stop that. Is that an extra level? Because break the glass. Everybody won't break the glass. You may have to break. You may have to. You get what I mean? The reverse of that. How does that work?
So it depends on the type of professional. So someone like me, people in sports medicine, we track people daily. So this is why if you're not someone that's really serious, you don't want to hire an athletic trainer. You might want to get one of the weekend certification people that are personal trainers. No shade to them, but it's completely different. So we even do by the hour check-ins. Real talk. Like, it's not for the faint at heart. And yeah, ask Chris Cushings. So listen, you're checking in with me every single day, Ramon. And that's how most people in sports medicine, because if it doesn't get measured, like it does not improve. And so if I have to be your telemarketer for your own health, I'm gonna make you end up blocking me because I need them screenshots. I'm gonna need that data from the time that we have our first big sit down. Ramon, you should be getting checked in on a reg. And that's something you two decide.
I thank me, of course, because I'd be way too healthy for you, but other people in my life, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I'm so grateful that he asked those questions, right, you guys? So some do retainers, some do week to week programs, some even do 12-week programs, but usually you will usually find the more successful ones are under 90 days.
And I
Thank you, everybody, for your questions. We'll give you some opportunity after.
Somebody was, I think, Pastor Jeff, I think Maria was saying something really quick.
Go ahead, Maria.
Sorry. Can I Venmo you 197 and can you help me? Please?
I got you, girl. I got you.
That was the number. I was moving in and out of my car. So I think I heard 197. I was
Yes,
like,
that is my summer special. Good through August 31st.
Okay, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of a mature age, 197. Go ahead and connect with Shawnte after the match. After the match, you heard it, 197. You better get it while it lasts, because the summer's going to be over. And it's going to go up. With that, GA, before you go back and hit misinformation, could you tell the kind peoples in the arena tonight, the BWC Virtual Octagon, what percentage of their finances should they be spending on things like health coaches, on things like maybe other coaches? What percentage? You told us what we should be spending on cars, what we should be spending on houses. What about this self-improvement? And then once you've done with that, go ahead and, disfigure misinformation.
You know what you need to do if you're spending money on your health. First of all, health is wealth and wealth is health. So let me tell you what, money don't matter when you got a fat wallet in the hospital. It's not a cute look. I'm telling you what, it's not cute. So let me tell you something about financial advisors. We're all about risk mitigation. If you don't know what risk mitigation is, it's actually to do the thing to prevent it from being bigger down the road. You need to do whatever is necessary, spend whatever amount is necessary to ensure that your health does not become a liability in the future. 76% of Americans have no money set aside for long-term care, yet 61% of Americans actually use it. They need some type of rehabilitative care when they get older. It happens. Nobody's prepared for it because they think Social Security was a retirement plan. It was never intended to be so. So while you have money, or as the old folks say, Shawnte, as your grandma Mabel would say, while the blood is yet running warm in your veins. Somebody got a missionary grandma that's heard that one or two times. You need to do whatever is necessary to get yourself at a level where you can ensure longevity and health through your retirement years. That's what percentage you need, the percentage that is necessary. That is the percentage. But I'm going to talk about this misinformation because Pastor Jeff, here's the thing. Most people come to the table and say, I don't have no money. I want to get myself together, but I gotta get some money first. I don't have a whole lot. I don't have $10,000 to invest. The babies is costing me a lot. I just don't have enough. Let me tell you something. That is misinformation from a seventh layer of hell from the pit. You don't need a lot of money. Let me actually break this down to make it make sense to you. If you've got a minimum credit card payments of, let's just say, $310 a month. You pay $310 in credit card payments a month. Do you realize that's an annual total of $3,720? Y'all know how this math works. You actually have four Netflix subscriptions, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, Cinemax, Hellamax, Utamax, and Hulu and Hunchin. You got all of them. You're paying $95 for shows that you don't even watch because you at work. Facts on facts. You got unused subscriptions and fee creep. Fee creep is when your banking and other services actually let their fees creep up and they don't even notify you of it. You have no idea of what's going on. Say you're paying $95 a month in unused subscriptions and fee creep. That's $1,100 a year. Impulse spending. I talked about it. This impulse convenience spending. I don't want to. Maisha, I love you dearly with all my heart, but you and Instacart, y'all gotta go ahead and just let it go. Y'all gotta go to therapy. Just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go like a little TKO. It's okay. It's okay. You gotta burn it. You gotta burn it. You gotta light the match. You can do it, Maisha. I believe in you. Impulse spending, convenience spending. I'm going to Target. I'm going to Tanger Outlet to make myself feel better because I had a hard week. $260 a month, let's just say that. And banking product fees. Most of us don't even know what we're paying in fees at the bank. $40 a month. Do you realize just those four I just named, that's $705 a month. Almost $8,500 a year. You don't need more money. You just need to plug up the leaks you have. This is the misinformation people have. They think you need more money to make money. No, you need to actually be better disciplined and more knowledge. Misinformation, have more knowledge about the money you do have. I can take almost any budget and find an extra $2,000 you didn't even know that was leaving your pocket. Anybody's budget. I just did it to somebody last week that only makes $37,000 a year. Found an extra $3,700. They had no clue. Anybody can do this. It just takes some discipline and actually pouring over, because here's the difference. Most people don't delineate between wants and needs, and they want things they can't afford. Therefore, they need to save, but they don't have the money to do it. It doesn't require a pay raise to fix, but it does require a divorcing of misinformation to actually do something different. Tag out Shawnte, Roxanne. Yeah, they told your business, Marlon. We told your business.
Oh, y'all ain't ready. Oh, I got some ingredients for you. See, because I need to dispel this fake news. See, they told you that you had to be in a fasted state to be able to get to some ketones. Woo, woo. Listen, not only did I drop on the 100 Health Show this past Wednesday, I told y'all about that MCT oil, but I got more, y'all. Listen, they lied. See, I love this quote by Nelson Mandela. He said, "It always seems impossible until you show them. Until you show them, I got to do my own little remix. Until you show them how it's done." See, the folks back in the day, 10 years ago, they used to say, "Oh, people can't lose a pound in a day. They can't, if you can gain 1 and 2 or 3 pounds in a day." What is you talking about? They said you couldn't lose 5 in a day. Listen, my record is 6.5. I need you to understand something here. We got things called C8, C10, C12. I ain't say CB4. Listen, if you know, you know. All right, coconut butter. Yeah. And also that MCT oil. Ooh, why am I mentioning these? Listen, the first on the list, C8. See, I thought they told you you had to be fasting for 10, 12, 50, 11 hours. No, baby. Y'all want to know how quick? Y'all want me to dispel the fake news right now? Does anybody want to know how quick C8 work? I don't hear you. I don't hear nobody. Oh, they don't want to know. They don't want to know, GA. 15 minutes. 15, 1, 5. All right, let me stop playing with y'all. 15 minutes. And if you're somebody that, you're a little wobbly, it might take you 20. But on average, 15 minutes to open up the big bank and play big bank, take little bank. Misinformation. I thought they said, though, that you had to already be in a fasted state. But guess what? This C8, guess what it does? Guess what it does? It feeds your brain. It feeds your brain. Listen, just like I talked to y'all about that lion's mane gonna help your brain. C8, we literally call it brain octane, y'all. When I tell you, this is why I'm undefeated. I have never had a guy not make weight. See, because nobody is trying to forfeit a match. Nobody is trying to guarantee themselves a loss because they can't make weight. Also, as I mentioned before on my show in the morning, listen, you guys, most of the pro sports, they have to spend about, on the low end, $700 per pound per day that you're overweight. So if you think that people like me who are responsible for their medical care day in and day out, if you think we don't know how to manipulate weight, you're sadly mistaken. We get through all the fluff and the fake news. We let the folks out there continue to keep chasing their tail, and they lying and just selling people all kind of pipe dreams. We deal with what's real. And when I tell you, listen, the fake news is that you can't mimic a fasted state. You absolutely can. You can do it with C8. You can do it with MCTs because they are medium chain triglycerides, y'all. Let me break down the science. See, the shorter a fat is, that means it does not have to go through the traditional digestion process. It goes straight to the liver, and the liver is happy. Like, hey, bet you ever seen? I don't know if any of you guys used to club back in the day, and you see the people who walk up to the club and they just open up the gate for them, or they just open up the velvet rope and they just walk on in. That's what that C8 do. That's what that C10 do. That's what that C12 do. That's what MCT does because it is a shorter chain, meaning the carbon. C8 only has 8 carbon atoms, y'all. So that means that it can go straight to the liver. So it got VIP access. The liver is like, bet. Oh, you in here, cuz? Yep. All right, let me go run that for you. And guess what? It goes ahead and it opens up the vault. And guess what we switched into, y'all? Ding, 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 dong. Listen, it's called the Fat Bank is open. And now you are spending that money. You got fat money that you could spend for days. Especially those of us here in America. You see what I'm saying? Because see, we got more than enough carbs. I want you to be able to understand that you can go ahead and switch from the little bank, which is the carb bank. It's important, but I want you to get to the big bank where you got the big bucks at. And I want you to spend that money. So MCT oil can help you spend that money. Listen, C10 oil, spend that money. Listen, C12, spend that money. But of the three, C8 is the fastest. Now, if you're someone and you need a little something that's a little more supple and a little more, something that can just, stick to your rib a little bit, and you just, or maybe you're just one of those foodies, then go on ahead and get you the coconut butter. Because guess what? It got that VIP access too, baby. And you could go on ahead and go to the back of the club in the VIP section. And guess what? We open up big bank, take little bank. Listen, fat oxidation. Now you can't sit up here and do no MCT oil with some Krispy Kreme donuts. Trust me, I tried. It don't work. It don't work. It don't work like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, just in case.
File on the
So that's definitely fake news.
Standing 8 count.
What about turtles?
Oh, you know what? You know what, sis? She did not bring in the turtles. Listen, we need this to work first, and then you can do it later. But you can't put them together. You get what I'm saying? You can't take them in the club with you, Marla. I'm just saying.
For the first time, there's a standing 8 count on Health Wells donuts and MCT oil. We're gonna make this tag over to GA. Help your partner out.
Tag out, tag out, tag out, tag out. Logo.
That was so bad. We don't even have our ring lady coming in. Round number 4.
Look, I'm just gonna tell you, don't come to the octagon without your cup. I'm just saying, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. I'm just saying, we gonna be. You know what? The last one tagged in. The last one left is inaction. Inaction. That's the last one left. If you don't do nothing, you won't have nothing. And if you don't have nothing, you really ought not to complain about anything. Let me put that in Ramon's terms because there's a little country. If you don't do anything, you won't acquire any progress. Without progress, you can't acquire any of the goals that you want. Is that better, Ramon? Is that better? I uncountrified it.
Sound like that, G. I don't sound like that.
I'm messing with you, Ramon. Inaction, man. That kills us over and over again because we have great plans, but we fail to actually put them execution. And that inaction, when we're not paying attention, we have lifestyle inflation. You know, and like I talked about before, we have lifestyle inflation. What we do, every raise, every bonus is eaten up because we buy a bigger apartment, nicer car, upgraded everyday spending. We need that in action to actually redirect every saved dollar to actually do that. Most people never decide to spend more. It happens by default because it happens by default, just one comfortable upgrade at a time. Our interest debt in action. We refuse to actually see it for what it is, put it on paper, put it in front of us, revisit it on a weekly basis because we don't want to actually deal with it. It's the inaction. That revolving balances at 20+% interest means a growing share. Every single payment goes to interest and it doesn't go to principal. The inaction of actually sitting down and reviewing that and making that move to do something different. The refusal for budget. I know everybody stands up and says, I got a budget. And then we do the call and you say, I don't really have GA, I don't really have a budget. You know it. I know it. We both know it. And if you have the budget, are you living by it? We have financial, no written plan. Those spending decisions are made instantaneously, one purchase at a time, no full picture. We don't have a plan and we have no options and no way to develop the discipline. That is that inaction. No emergency fund. You refuse to do it. I've been talking about it for 3 years. We don't have the emergency fund. You don't have to save up 6 months now. Just do 1 month. Even $1,000 to start. Goal. And when you hit that goal, then you move to $2,000. You hit that goal. You don't go out and celebrate and buy a new pair of shoes, or you go out and buy a new pair of Jordan, or you go out and buy that new tie or that new suit. You actually keep on the pathway. GA, when do I get any? I actually get to see the fruit of this labor. You get to see it when your assets pay you as much as your income does. That's winning. I'll actually tie up these last two. Taxes left on the table when you miss retirement account contributions. Hey, you know what? I need a little extra money because we're going on vacation, so I'm not going to put as much into my 401k. I'm not going to put as much into my my HSA funding. That right there, those available credits, they cost real money. We say we don't do it. We say it doesn't cost us because we're spending over here, but that's real money. Tax efficiency is just not for the wealthy or the millionaires. It's for you, in action to actually, and I said this before, you don't need a tax preparer. You need a tax planner. You need to be planning for 2027 now by how you spend your money. You need to be planning now. And I will say this, look, if the compounding cost of leaks that I talked about before, look, if that 705 that I talked about, look, in 5 years, if you plug up those leaks, you'll have an extra $21,000. In 10 years, you'll have an extra $52,000. If you did that for 30 years, you'll have $500,000 just from plugging up those 4 small leaks that I talked about. Guys, you see the price of inaction? It is hurting you more than you know. And you can get where you want to go, not just by making more money, but actually taking the actions to do different things. I'll say this, and I believe this will be the knockout blow. I'll pass it to Health so she can put him in the figure 4 leg lock in the middle of the ring and make him tap out. Here's the situation right here. One, you need to build a budget system that sticks. You can call me. We can talk about it. Second of all, you need to go ahead and attack that high interest debt first. You automate your savings and reserves. Do it automatically. Quit saying you're going to do it because you're not. Something's going to come up. Somebody's going to call you. You need to automate that. And you need to protect the income that you're building. You need to actually protect that all the way around. The money that you haven't made needs to actually be protected. And you guys already do this. Diversify your income streams. Make it happen. You can't depend on one check. That is a way to limp across the finish line if you ever make it. It needs to come from several places. And just like anything else, you can actually monetize your efforts in ways that have nothing to do with your time and have nothing to do with your effort. It is strategy that wins the day, all day, every day. And I'm gonna say it again, guys, for the duration of this room, because we're talking about the enemies of the cash flow. I actually put my link up top of the room. Let you know, I actually, for this room, for the duration of this room, that book is 50% off for the people that are in the room. That is $14.99. It is half price. If you want to get it, click on it. You can actually get it right there, just for the duration of this room. Health. Leg lock. I'm looking for Rick.
Woo! Listen, about to do that fair flop, that flare flop.
Last tag. There it is. Health Wells had time to recuperate from that last round when she took a little bit of a beating, and now it's in action.
In action, baby. Listen, shots. Everybody, listen, we're talking about these shots. See, I need you to understand this. A lot of people are paying for things that they could actually, if under the right guidance and under the right system, and someone willing to troubleshoot with you, with your body specifically, in real time. See, a lot of times because you've tried this and you've tried that and you keep thinking that your metabolism is the issue. No, your metabolism has been taking a beating. Your metabolism has been put in a full Nelson. And what I'm here to do is to help you liberate it. And I need you to understand you can take shots of C8. You can take shots of C10. You can get shots of MCT oil. You can put these shots, instead of being at the bar taking shots, we can put shots in our green tea. We can put shots in our mushroom coffee and actually be able to extend extend our our fasted state if that's what we would like to do. But let's just say it's later in the day, you had some birthday cake, and you started thinking about that an hour later, Ramon Ray. Or, maybe you thought about, maybe you had a fish sandwich, or maybe you had some fried chicken, and you're thinking about it 2 hours later. Guess what? You can take you a shot. Or Marla, maybe you had one too many turtles at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's about 2 o'clock and you thought about it. You know what? I'm gonna get in with trouble with health tomorrow. Let me go ahead and let me take a shot. Listen, this is something that you can tap into. Now, I highly recommend that you don't put this with something else other than a liquid. Reason being is because our bodies are all different. And if your body chooses to go to war, now it's going to get blocked. Not only is it going to get blocked, it could have the reverse effect. This is why I'm telling you from experience, you can't do it with the Krispy Kreme donut. Y'all know I ain't got good sense. I be trying some of the craziest stuff. Yeah, I did. They dropped me on my head when I was a child. I'm just saying that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So I tried the Krispy Kreme and the MCT oil. It don't work. It don't work. You might end up looking like you about 15 months pregnant. I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Take my word on that one. Don't do it. But, anyways, I really need you to understand this. Don't let lack of information, misinformation stop you from acting upon the thing that you need to act upon. It doesn't matter if you're overweight. Get metabolically healthy right where you are. It does not matter if you haven't figured out all the things or if you're going through perimenopause or if you're going through menopause because that is a real thing. See, your testosterone is under attack and ladies, you too. Listen, estrogen, progesterone, these things are under attack. Why? Because we have chemical stressors out there and endocrine disruptors that are causing us to not be able to actually have the glorious metabolism that God put us on this earth with. So green tea can help you not stay in a state of a sedentary, listen, biology. Listen, it also cryotherapies, exposing your body to cold, exposing your hands and your feet to cold. If you don't have the capacity or the strength or the stamina to get into a cold shower or to take a cold plunge or to do an ice bath, you can start small. You can start small. So you can start with a small shot of C8. You could start with a tablespoon of coconut butter. You can start small. Allow green tea. Green tea has, listen, EGCG. It mimics the cold experience for you and it'll release some of your fats, your brown fat cells. Brown fat goes and hunts out the bad fat, the type of fat that's actually helping you stay, listen, in a viscerally fat zone that you don't need to be. Also, it can help you get into a ketogenic state a lot faster. There's so much that people don't tell you, and flat out, many of them don't know about brown fat. Brown fat is your friend. But I need you to stop letting it be on the sidelines. Tag it and let it come in. Tag it and let it get in. Listen, you don't have to continue to have a dad bod. You don't have to continue to allow menopause or postmenopause or perimenopause to stop you. Listen, at 60, you're going to hit a metabolism dip, baby, dip. Get ahead of it. Get ahead, plan ahead for that 17% dip. Plan ahead for the 17% dip. Do things now. This is why I'm so adamant about what I do, y'all. And that's why I work so well with my one-on-one clients because I teach you. I actually teach you how to and troubleshoot with you in real time so you can discover what your body go to war with and what it like and what it ain't going. It's like, nah, not today. So just because let's say Maria, she can tolerate, let's say some sliced turkey, but Marla may not be able to. Marla, listen, Marla whole system pull out the 12 gauge. It got tanks and everything, and it's ready to go to war and blow everything up. Do you see what I'm saying? But then Marla may be able to tolerate carrots, but then Maria's system is going to DEFCON 1 and ready to blow everything up. So this is why it's so individualized and why you want to have someone that's going to work with you, one on one, and that can interpret your data. Sometimes it's just small tweaks, small little changes, and just stop abusing your metabolism. See, we got to get off the ropes. We got to get out of that full Nelson. And I'm telling you, brown fat is the way. Mobilize your brown fat. Woo!
She's still fighting, coming back after that little accident she had there in the misinformation with them donuts and MCT. Here with the C8, the C10, the C12, the MCT oil, which gets right into it within 15 minutes, depending on which one you take. I just want you to know that your announcer is not only an announcer, but I also listen. I just had my shot of kombucha with some MCT oil in it, just for the record. Look at here. As our champions go to their corner, right here in the BWC Virtual Octagon, the decision has been made. Still the heavyweight health and wealth champions tag team of the world, Health, Shawnte Wells and G.A. Pimp That Money Pimpleton. Look, y'all want to come back next week? I don't know who they taking on. They'll let you know. We got to find out. At this rate, they just beating everybody up. They done killed the 4 horsemen and knocked them out. I don't know who's next, my folks. But look here, if you got some questions for them, come on up. Let me know what your name is and ask your questions. Being that they didn't have that hard of a workout today. Who has a question?
I do. It's Linnell Burns. So health. Hello, sir. I appreciate the information about the oils and targeting the fat and things like that. And I just want to say that Marla and I were cutting up in the chat, but we know that you were given very valuable information. And so, can you tell me more about the oils, and is it something that's available at a local, like, Whole Food store, or is it something that we get from you? How do we get these oils that you're talking about, and then how do we get information about other things that we should be contributing to our body as we age?
Hey, Shawnte, before you answer her, you have to assess Marla with a technical file. She has a technical.
Marla got a technical.
Determined to stick these turtles in some kind of a diet plan. Or
get a technical file. She's not even really in the ring. She's just an audience member. Thank you.
I got kicked out of my daughter's middle school basketball game, and I wasn't even playing. And I
Excuse me. I am the ring official. Just because you're all sexy looking, lickalicious up as our, in the ring, Maisha, Marla can't get a technical foul. So, yeah. Health.
I'm sorry, Marla. I was outnumbered. I'm outnumbered.
Or Marla, since you turned me on, dark chocolate. That dark chocolate.
Marla, you see how he did me? Marla, you see that?
All right, help. Since you helped me out with the dark chocolate, if Marla makes her turtles out of dark chocolate, would she be okay?
Oh my God, that is too funny.
And then you go back to answer Linnell's question, because Linnell might probably saying they done just skipped over. But Linnell,
listen,
the C8, the C10, the C12, and the M.
Listen.
I'm not trying to get knocked out of here by you.
Oh gosh. Listen, I love sweets probably more than anybody on this stage. I'm telling you, I wish I had other news for you, Marla, but they don't go together. I promise you.
And hell, I got kicked out by accident trying to do a gift or something. My bad. I'm so sorry.
I
But
thought that was Pastor
question, I have
Joe.
a real question.
Hold on, Marla. Hold on,
Oh,
Marla.
okay,
You
okay.
gotta answer Linnell's question. Okay. Answer
Oh
Linnell's
God.
question.
But yes,
Linnell wants to know where she get the C8, the C10, the C12, and the MCT oil.
absolutely. So you can get that at your local grocery stores for sure, and health food stores, places like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Sprouts, places like that for sure. Even sometimes at your local, depending on how big your city is, like in a lot of your farmer markets out here, they sell them. You can also find it on Amazon, and I can certainly drop my Amazon link to it. But yeah, they're pretty readily available. The primary one that we use in sports medicine is by a company called On It, like on it, jump on it, jump, 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 jump on it. It's one of the most potent blends. However, the travel blend is usually bulletproof, and that's when we typically will use like the brain octanes, the C8s, the C10s, just because they make a travel ready, and it's a pretty high quality product as well, but it's not, definitely not the same as the Onnit. No, nobody has anything better than Onnit so far. So hands down, they make the best MCT. As far as a C8, I've not seen a company that has one better than Bulletproof's C8 specifically. But they make them to travel. So a lot of times, it's kind of split down the middle. People who have a busier lifestyle and need something that they can travel with a little bit easier, they'll go the bulletproof route or another company. Because it all kind of gets watered down in a sense, in my opinion, as far as quality outside of On It. So, I don't have a big favorite, outside of them, when it comes down to the quality of it. And I'm trying to see. Yep, I think I answered it. Someone else?
Thank you.
Mhm.
Marla has in timeout.
Can I hop in for a second, Maria?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Maria, check your text messages.
Okay, that was it. All right.
Okay.
Marla, what's your question?
Okay, so my question, health, is about working out. And I was trying to walk with Donald, but we walk in our neighborhood on this hard, concrete. So like, what is it is it my shoes that I need to be looking out for in terms of getting better shoes? Is it, because it's like killing my back? And so what is it in terms of, is it do I need to go to a track instead? Like, what is it in terms of walking that I'm not doing right?
Could be multiple things. It could be the terrain. It could be your shoes. It also could be, something going on like physically with like your knees or your legs, or it could be a muscular imbalance. There's a lot of other factors that could go in, like literally for us, whenever anyone has like issues or complains of pain, we immediately observe their gait. So without like looking at you walk to make sure that there's not something going on that I can observe physically in your walk, then that's when we start to look at, okay, the type of shoes. Do you feel like the type of sensation? Is it the back and the knees, or is it like, does it feel like it's a continuous like pain that's shooting up in your body or shooting down? So it's like those type of questions I would have to, it's really nuanced because it's not, it could be multiple things. Um, but a lot of times people who walk on concrete, they tend to have issues, not necessarily in the back. Usually it starts in the knees, and specifically along the lines of their tibia, which is like that. When people say I have shin splints, so I'm not sure if you're experiencing that. And also it could be the length that you're trying to walk as well. So we can certainly troubleshoot that, offline, and I can take a look your sneakers that you're wearing if you send me some screenshots of them, and I can also, take a look and then get you on video and help you out that way. Yes, ma'am.
2 miles. It's not my knees or my legs. It's just my back. So something's going on. But yeah, I'll send that information to you. Thanks, Health. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Molly. That's right. You've been fined $10. $10 for defeat. For defeat the chat. We saw you putting there that you live with a snitch. We're just not gonna have that.
It's
Show that you and Donald have coming up. We not be happy. Folks who called their spouse a snitch be giving us marriage counseling.
Pastor PJ, I can only charge Tina $5. Why I gotta pay 10? That's a lot.
It's 10. It's 10. It's $10, and then we're gonna take that $10, put it toward that misinformation and inaction of money that's gonna make some money babies for you. So we looking out for your best interest. With that being said, did y'all know that the backup for this heavyweight champion team is Linnell. Linnell, we know you back. She's ready. If something happens to one of the two of them, Linnell will be in there beating up that competition. With that, who else has a question? Who else has a question for our champions today?
Who told you that, Pastor Jeff?
He done already volunteered you and Maisha. He done already volunteered the two of y'all.
That told me I was the ring girl when I stepped in the room. Like,
This is why I don't need to drink.
I will stay silent, Claudette, sir. I will stay silent.
This is too funny.
Thank you. Thank you. Who else has it? Before, I do have a question. Since we did not get our ring lady into the ring for the last 2 rounds, Maisha, can you tell the folks what they can expect at the next late night Rucking Buck? The late night. What's a little bit of what they can expect?
Wait a minute, I gotta cover my ears first.
Oh, don't.
You know what?
Go ahead, Mike.
Because the GA has been assigned to be my partner in crime for that particular night, so I don't know what he's covering his ears for. And we all listen to the podcast. I don't know what you think you're covering your ears for anyway, because you done heard it all. What is he talking about? As for what you can expect an adult conversation filled with shenanigans, and that's all I have for you right now. Health, which is the 27th of July.
Yes, and I got something because I'm a tag in. I got about 2 minutes. I'm gonna be a 2-minute woman.
Really? 2 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Giving us 2 minutes.
Be here for the long time.
Can you teach some of the ladies that trick right there? Just 2 minutes.
Oh, just 2 minutes. That's all I need. I'm just saying, me love you long time. I'm just saying, you can do a lot in 2 minutes. I'm just saying. But listen.
That's a lie.
Oh yeah, we finna unplug some stuff. You get what I'm saying? Listen, I got some stuff that's been plugged up, y'all, that I'm gonna help y'all free your mind. I'm gonna help you get free. Yeah.
What's the date?
July the 27th, Monday, 9 p.m.
Help set up the date and set up the time, and then said, now you and GA go be there and do the thing.
Yes.
That's how that works. So GA eventually will have to. I don't know what you want to do, sir.
I just work here.
Okay, whatever. We will not be teaching anyone how to do anything in under 2 minutes because we want people to last a long time, and if they do things in under 2 minutes, that becomes a habit for their bodies. So we're gonna applaud ourselves, myself included, for being able to do certain things under 2 minutes, but we are going to help everyone stay long and strong for the duration of the room.
Yeah, you heard it from Maisha. I don't know what she was talking about. Midnight Rucking and Bucking July the 27th, 9 o'clock. No replays will be on. No replays. All right, who else had a question for our heavyweight champions tonight? It pertains to health and wealth.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Plays for Rick. Oh man.
No face, no case.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll take care of the room. I can take care of the whole room myself. Take that however y'all wanna. Cause GA said he just here cause so he don't get no trouble. So I will handle the entire room. No matter how many people are in
You
there.
know, GA lying. He didn't even get hit by the competition. He went over there and hit his head on the rope. I don't know what's wrong with him tonight. Y'all know he lying.
I'm gonna need a note taker. I'm gonna need a note. I need somebody to volunteer to take some notes.
No replays, no notes. It's live. It's live.
Well, okay. I will be talking about standards of pleasure. That'll be my main focus. We'll be talking about standards of pleasure and how to create those in your life.
See, y'all never heard that one. You've heard SOP used in a lot of other ways. SOP for the family, SOP for your organization, for your business. Mike, she's gonna teach you about the SOP standard of pleasure. So you want to be sure July the 27th, put it on your calendar at 9 o'clock.
I'm gonna be talking about a mission statement. Mission
Statement. Oh, see, now that's intriguing.
Oh,
So standards of pleasure, mission statements. What you adding to it? Health Wells.
2 minute man.
You said you go
2 minute drill. A 2 minute drill. 2 minute drill.
That's 2 minutes.
The 2 minute drills got to fit within the standards of pleasure and the mission statement.
No, a 2 minute drill don't fit nowhere.
Longer than 1 minute drill.
Oh God.
Danielle over there sipping on her MCT oil.
Mark your calendars. We're talking about the SOPs and mission statements for, I don't know, health, what you want to fill that in so you can go ahead and make your graphic.
Oh, I like that. SOP. Uh-huh. SOP. Oh, that's so me. 2 minute me. Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
I know, right?
Mission statement directed to position or directed toward the situation that you're going to be talking about?
If you can't say it, you can't make it. So you're gonna have to actually start with a mission.
You know what? You know what? Ooh, you got to be here.
Live at 9 o'clock. Put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. You don't want to miss late night Rucking and Bucking. There will be no replays. There will be no AI taking notes. You need to be there for yourself.
I hope, Marla, I hope you and Donald stay, because the last time the room got started, both of y'all left at the same time, and we were like, I guess we gave